my channel. My name is Takita and this is Behind These Lips. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Virtually Bossy. If you are looking for a work-from-home job, you've come to the right place. Virtually Bossy is currently hiring customer service agents to service some of our biggest clients. Maybe you're looking to relocate, or maybe you just need a job. Click the link below and fill out the application to receive all the information you need to get started. We look forward to hearing from you. Now back to your regular scheduled program with Behind These Lips. Enjoy.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. But before we get started, if you would just hit that like button and subscribe, your girl would greatly appreciate it. Okay, now let's get into it. So I recently did an interview with Zoom to Thailand, and honey, the people are mad. I initially didn't watch the video because I really didn't see the point. I mean, I was there, I know what I said. But I got a lot of phone calls from friends and family that kept saying, watch the video, watch the video, watch the video. So I did. So I watched the videos a couple of days ago, 2-3 days ago. I watched them back to back. Roles. I don't believe that just because I'm the woman, I gotta sit in the house and cook and clean. If I work all day and you work all day, then we all need to clean this motherfucking house all day together. Okay? Ain't no you get to sit on your ass. I'm tired too. Alright? So no, it depends on the situation. Every situation is different. We're not taking a lot of the shit that we used to take before because the need for men is not as high because women are making their own money. Before you had to deal, my grandma had to take a whole lot of shit from her granddaddy. She didn't have no choice. There was nowhere to go. You couldn't buy no land. I mean, we literally had to have you guys, right? Times have changed. We don't have to have you guys anymore. It is a choice, and everybody needs to be supported one way or another.
Okay, now you just made my point for me, and this is no disrespect towards you, but what you just said is why we're leaving.
Now that I have watched the videos, I am glad that I did because there are some things that I would like to clarify because I think you guys have just taken sound bites basically from a 2-hour long interview and just ran around the damn world with it. So let me just clarify some things for you real quick. Now, there are a couple apologies that I would like to give out. First and foremost would be to my parents and my elders and also my children. These are people that I not only love, I respect. And I never intended on them to see this video, right? So I do not cuss around my mother, my father, or my kids like that. So I'm sorry. I apologize for my potty mouth. For the rest of you adults, though, y'all can get it. I said exactly what I said, and I meant what I said. Now, the other group that I want to apologize to would be the women, and this is for the women that, if for some reason it felt like I was attacking you or getting up on you. That's definitely not my intention. I'm a girl's girl, so I'm all about women. As for the Thai young lady that was in the video, she did leave, but I really don't think it had anything to do with her being offended by what I was saying because I think any woman that really understood what I was saying would understand that it wasn't about the women or them being wrong or doing anything bad, right? As far as I know, me and her are good. We're A-okay. I saw her a couple days later. She came pick me up. We went and had dinner. We didn't even talk about the interview, honestly. So, like I said, as far as I know, we're good. And I don't have any issues with Thai women. I actually had great experiences here with the Thai women. They're a lot of fun. They smile a lot. This conversation is not even about the black men that date the Thai women. I've met plenty of them. All the men I've met here have been really cool, and their girlfriends also, or wives, have also been really cool. Some of them got some really cute little juicy babies that I just want to pinch their little cheeks. So there's no hate in my heart about who you love, who you want to be with, what you want to do with your life. I say more power to you, which I thought I said in the video. My thing is you don't have to hate black women to love other women. They can coexist. One of the things that I said in the video, and I made very clear in the original interview, was that what I was speaking on was not about my relationship and not about my husband. But obviously, he edited that out. It was way more convenient and way more interesting to think that I was sitting there just blatantly disrespected my husband. Again, it just goes with the narrative of disrespectful black woman and how we treat our men. But again, I said in the interview, I was not talking about me or my husband. We are good, okay? And along with that, I would just say if you saw him in person, he doesn't give off the vibe of, oh, I want to disrespect this simp. Like, you wouldn't even want to do that to yourself. So um, just be respectful. You said, you know what? I'm not going to listen to what she said. I'm going to listen to how he told me to feel and what to think. And that's kind of sad because y'all too old for that. Y'all are. Okay. I'm going to need some people to take some critical thinking classes. Okay. Because I watched the interview and got something completely different than what apparently the majority got. All of the characteristics that I find unsavory in a man, my man does not have. Okay. I would think that, again, with some critical thinking, if I'm sitting there saying, basically, like, I want a man that is going to support me, have my back, respect me, not cheat on me, not constantly lie to me. I don't think that is anything crazy or outlandish to require, or that if a man actually does that, that somehow makes him a simp. You men really need to reevaluate, like, yourselves and why you're not good people, because you villainized being a good person, and that's weird. It allows me to have a soft lifestyle, and I support him in any way that he needs me to support him, be it cleaning, cooking, helping him with his children. Like, that's me. That's the type of woman that I am. Okay, so now in reference to, if you don't think I'm cute enough to deserve all that, baby, that's on you. Because one thing about it, my man, honey, he loves it. And honestly, that's all that matters. And that's really all should matter to you. You shouldn't even really care what I think, honestly. Y'all shouldn't really want to argue with me about what I think. If you happy you got whoever it is that you have, you shouldn't really be worried about what I think. Because I don't care about what y'all think. I mean, maybe that's the difference between us. So I ask you, what do I have to be mad about? What are we fussing about? I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of dysfunctional couples that travel the world together and enjoy each other's company. So do with that information as you will. We're going to just move right along. So if you don't have enough common sense to understand that the video was edited to fit his crowd and prove his point, then I don't really know what to tell you. Then you're probably the type of person to watch reality TV and also believe everything you see on there. Sorry. Now, although I have watched the video, I have not read any of you guys' comments. I heard they were pretty nasty though, and I kind of got the gist of, I guess, what you guys are saying in the comments. So now if you want me to actually read your comments and like respond to them, then comment below and I'll do a separate video. A lot of people have told me to censor myself or maybe what I should say and should not say. And if I did that, I just feel like I would be disingenuous. I would not be true to who I am. I am a blunt person. I say what I say and I mean what I say. So I'm not going to, go back on that or not be who I am to, I don't know, make you all like me or appease the masses. Like, I'm not really here for that. I'm not for everybody. And those who know me know that. I don't desire to be the most popular or the most liked, but I will be respected. So somehow the initial video ended up being about me instead of about the actual points that I was trying to make and the things that I wanted to say. So since you guys have a lot of assumptions about me based on the information that I gave about myself, I want to go ahead and clarify some things so you just have a little bit better understanding. Now, in the initial video, when Rich was speaking about not having a father in my life or a male figure in my life, that was not actually true. I didn't speak to it because if you look at the clip, you can see me thinking, because at the time I was thinking about my actual biological father and what effects him not having been around had on me, not just the fact that there quote unquote wasn't a man around. Okay, so in actuality, I did have a male figure in my life. my stepdad. Okay, my stepdad was around since the age of, I was about 10, I want to say. So although my stepdad was in my life from the time I was about 10 years old, my mom did not rush and cohabitate with my dad, which I think is also a great thing because she has daughters, right? And although my dad is a great guy, obviously, you should take time before moving in with men or allowing them to move in with you, especially when you have daughters, because um, predators tend to seem like amazing people. So again, I respect my mom and that choice. So my stepdad was always around, but we were not living under the same roof. We were not living under the same roof until they got engaged, and then they bought a house and so on and so forth. My stepdad is a retired vet of over 20 something plus years. He retired high ranking officer. He currently holds a prestigious position with the government where he controls the airspace in the city in which they live. And he's about to retire for a second time. He also has 4 degrees, 2 master's degrees, the last one being aeronautical engineering degree. He was the only black man to graduate in his class that year. Like I said again, at the top of his class. So yes, indeed, we did act up in the graduation. You know how black people do. We ain't no different. So if you have any experience with military men, they don't really play. Okay. So my dad is responsible for a lot of the things I would say about me and my personality, and maybe even how I feel, even if that was not his intention. So my father is the reason why I can landscape a yard. I said landscape, not cut no grass, okay? He's the reason I can detail a car. He's the reason why I can change a tire. Um, he is the reason why I make my bed the way I do. He is the reason why I keep my house as clean as I do. As you know, military people tend to be militant, okay? So that was not something that I left once I left my house. Um, him and my mom are the reason why I am who I am. Okay, the reason why I can cook, the reason why I do fix my man's plate. These are just things that I did see in my household that my mom did. Now, as a young girl, I didn't always understand it, and maybe sometimes it annoyed me because I was young. But these are things that I picked up along the way with being raised by both of my amazing parents. So I'm going to insert a picture, and this is a picture of us last year on our family vacation to Italy, where my dad was honored and he received his Scottish rights. So I say all of those things about my stepfather to say that uh, even with the type of man that he will still, even to this day, he will still wash the dishes. He will still make my mother's plate. He will still clean up the house if that's what he wants to do. It's not something that he has to do, but he absolutely will. Absolutely, positively. So the idea that men don't do those things or shouldn't do those things, I wasn't raised like that. That is actually not what I saw. And I was raised by a strong black man. Okay. Um, so yeah, I don't know about dysfunction. That's my family. I love them. And that's that. On to my biological dad. Like I said, he died when I was 12. He told me he had 25 children, even though his obituary says he had 18. I've never known a man to lie about how many kids they have, so I have no choice but to believe the number that my father gave me. So I've always known I had a lot of siblings. I would spend some summers with my dad. I would spend some holidays with my dad. He was a serial entrepreneur. Okay, so he owned a nightclub, he owned a fish market, he owned a body shop, and a construction company. So he owned many things, and that is one thing that I do wish I still had my father around, because I have the same serial entrepreneur spirit, and I know he would have loved to have a lot of conversations with me and supported me on my business ventures. Um, so that's the only thing that I can really think about in reference to like what I really, really. Oh, and boys, of course. I wish that he was around to talk to me about boys, because he was that boy. Okay, he was that guy. So I think Here's a picture of my biological dad. I must say, my mom never talked ill about my dad or my sister's dad, even though they were not there financially. I really appreciate that because it allowed me and my sister to love our fathers just for being our dads and not have to worry about adult issues. You might find this disrespectful, so you might want to just go and clock out now, just log off, just hit that button and get up out of here. See, y'all over here fake outraged about me, and I'm outraged about something real that's going on, okay? But this is not a political channel and we won't get into that. But like I said previously, after watching the interview, I pretty much still stand on everything that I said outside of, like I said, cussing so much. And if it felt like I was disrespecting women, like I said, the interview was kind of leading to kind of make us be against each other. So ladies, just don't believe the hype, okay? Do not believe the hype. So in this particular interview, you guys have to understand, I am not the content creator. That was not my channel. Therefore, I did not pick the topic. I did not pick the questions. So the idea that somehow I'm bringing some Western way of thinking here and starting stuff or wanting to disrupt what you guys have going on or corrupt the women here was never a thought in my mind. Again, I'm here with my husband. Most of the black women that I've met here are here with their husbands. So we are not here we don't care. We came with our men. Maybe you could say that if we were out here single and still trying to mingle in y'all circles in that way. But we hang out with you guys here because you are black. And to have a little sense of community and family when you're all the way on the other side of the world has nothing to do with what y'all got going on, who y'all having sex with, and all of these things. Y'all have some kind of inflated idea of self that we are reporting back on y'all. I don't care to speak for all the women, but that's definitely not the case here. We are not that invested in what you guys have going on to do all of that. Okay, like I said, it's okay to love whoever you want to love. Okay, I'm not Dr. Umar. I think one of the things that men like to do is humble a strong female. I'm sorry, but your opinions won't do that. And let's be very clear here. Ain't nobody following y'all. Okay? If we're following anybody, we're following our husbands here. Thailand is a beautiful country with a lot of opportunity where you can have a peace of mind. It's a lot more safe. The cost of living is a whole lot cheaper. That is why black women are coming to Thailand. It has nothing to do with your penis and where you putting it. Okay, one of the points that I made in the video that I still stand on. I stand on the idea that there should be some respect and equality in relationships amongst both people. That's just what I feel. That's the only thing that works for me. Different things may work for you, different strokes for different folks. Some women like being told what to do, where to go, how to sit, what to dress, and all what to think. And baby, if that is the life you want, then more power to you. Okay? But just because I want something different does not mean that I am a bad woman. Does not mean I do not value my family. People are putting out about Western women that we don't value those things, and that is just not true. We value having a voice, and I think that is the biggest issue that men have. Y'all just want us to sit down and shut up, okay? And again, I've actually tried to date a man like that before, and it just doesn't work for me. Find who's right for you. Find the person that meets all of your non-negotiables, right? Like, don't settle. Ladies, don't settle for a man that does not provide you with the things that you require. We already know what you bringing to the table. What is he bringing to the table? Outside of some D and a headache. Most of y'all, that's all y'all offering. Some D and a damn headache. If you want a woman to pay 50% of the bills, then you should be prepared to help out with all of the other things that require you guys to have a good life. If that is the housework, if that is helping out with the children, whatever that looks like, you should be willing to help. If you are not willing to help, or ladies, if you have a man that's not willing to help, I'm sorry for you. It's not okay. wanting your wife to be your mom and your slut is weird. Now, I can be your wife, and that can still include me cooking and cleaning the house. But y'all really need to let that I want you to be my mom and my slut. It's weird. I'm sorry. But I understand it not being weird for you guys because you like for your women to call you daddy. Yeah, I mean, picking up after you all day like you're a child is not sexy. It's exhausting. Unpopular opinion. I think that what men aren't saying, at least the men who want a submissive wife, is you want a submissive wife because you just want to cheat in peace. I said it. I said it. You just want to cheat in peace. And if that's what you want, then say that. Be honest. You ain't got to lie, Craig. Black women cannot be the only problem in the black community. Black women cannot be the problem in the black community without the black man. They are not having these children by themselves. If you want a soft wife, you should provide her with a soft life. And I think that it is easier to do that in countries where the cost of living is less. There's nothing wrong with that, but be honest with the fact that if that's what it is, then that is what it is. Don't make it as if Western women are just asking for too much. It just takes a lot more. We don't dictate the cost of living in the United States, okay? We just have to work accordingly. But that's my opinion, and I stand on that, and y'all not gonna make me feel bad for feeling that way. Another thing that I'm not gonna argue with you about is the fact that black women have been working in this country, in the United States, since the United States has been what it is. Black women have been working alongside black men since slavery, and I'm not going to argue with y'all about that, okay? And even after slavery, they continue to work. Why? Because the oppressors wanted it as so. They wanted to keep black women in the workforce, okay? That is a fact. I'm not saying that you did not experience your mother or maybe your grandmother with the ability to stay at home, but I'm going to say the majority of you didn't, okay? And so let's be honest about that. The tradition in which you speak to that you want has never been the tradition of black people. It has been a desire of all Americans, but it has not been a realistic outcome for our community. Although the women's movement was really a white women's movement, we helped, we came, we made sure it got done. But the whole wanting the right to work was not something that we had to fight for. We wanted to fight to sit down because black women had been working, okay? But all impoverished communities look to the black woman to help when they need to get things done because we get things done. Full control over anybody typically equals abuse eventually. Like I said, any type of abuse, nobody should really have that much control or power over another human being, okay? And this is a very man thing. This is a man idea, the desire to control, right? It's like if you can't control your boss, right, then you come home and you want to control your wife. If you can't control your wife, then you need to control the kids. If you can't control the kids, then you need to control the dog. Men have a great desire to dominate and control. It's innate in you, okay? And that's why a lot of you say, oh, don't take it out on the next guy. You were probably the last guy, if we're going to be honest. So as we consistently talk about what women need to do to keep a man, what is it that y'all need to do? What conversations are you having amongst each other in reference to what you need to do? Because there's some things that y'all need to do as well. That is a conversation that y'all need to have. And it's a conversation that y'all need to have amongst yourselves. Why? Because y'all don't really respect what women have to say. You don't really respect our opinions, okay? Y'all listen to us to argue with us in general, okay? That's what men typically do. Not my man. Hence, I found the right person for me. I'm talking about y'all. All the rest of y'all, okay? And I mean, I can go pull clips and let y'all hear what other women have to say about y'all. One of the things that Rich said in the interview was that 20% of black men impregnate 80% of black women, and somehow that is our fault. Now tell me, how the hell is it our fault that you continuously sleep with multiple women unprotected, knowing the possibility of having a child? Now, this is the funny thing. You can't just go as a woman and ask for a hysterectomy or to have your tubes tied. They have regulations on our body and the things that women can do around that. As a man, you can go any day and go get a vasectomy. It's a 20-minute procedure and it's reversible. So if you don't want to continue to damage this community, consider that. If you don't want to continue to have children out of wedlock, consider that. If you don't want to continue to pay tons of child support, consider that. This sounds like a man's issue, not a female's issue. Even Rich, he's talking about tradition. If I'm not mistaken, he also comes from a single mother household. So where did you see this outside of TV? Brady Bunch or whoever the hell, I don't know, whatever shows y'all was watching. But I mean, let's think about it. Let's be very clear. Let's think about what was the most wholesome black family on TV. The Cosby Show, okay? He was a doctor. And guess what? She still worked. She was a lawyer. So even the representation that we had on TV was not black women sitting at home, not, having anything to do. Maybe a good time, right? Moving on up, okay, she stayed at home, but he was rich. Broke men need to stop requesting submissive women. Some things just don't. So again, who y'all getting these ideas from? It was said in the second video that I was causing a war on 3 fronts. Baby, I'm not causing a war, okay? I was just sitting here minding my black business. Just remember this. Women don't start wars. Men do. There was also a video where there were Filipino women speaking about how they love to do cook and clean for their men and all that. That's cute. That's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with those things either. My question is, do you like to take care of disrespectful men? I'm pretty sure they're not raised to do these for men that are not good men. And one thing that I find with you men is that y'all all think y'all good men, right? So if all men are good men, who these bad guys we dating? Y'all like to say, oh, y'all don't know how to pick. Y'all pick bad guys and so on and so forth. Like, we're picking y'all. Because if we weren't picking you, then you guys would not be having all these bad experience with us, correct? If you were not the guys that we were dating. So, I mean, you need to really take some inventory of the men around you. Like, ask yourself, can you think of 5 really good men, solid guys? Okay, and I mean solid, like it's for what women consider to be solid. Because y'all think everybody's solid, okay? We're talking about a non-cheating man, a non-lying man, a non-disrespectful man, supportive man, a stable man, financially and emotionally. I mean, you got 5? Give me 5, baby. Okay? One thing that I really want for you guys, I really, really want for your daughters to pick men just like you. I mean, just like you. I hope they get a man just like you. And if that make you feel some type of way, you need to reevaluate yourself. If that's a slur, reevaluate yourself. Okay, so let's just wrap this up. Okay, so long story short, I'm good. My man is good. Our relationship is good. I'm not about to argue with y'all about that. Men, you need to do better. If you're broke, stop wanting some woman to bow down to you. It don't work like that. If you're mad at me and you want to argue with me, come over here and argue with me, okay? Like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, still like and subscribe, okay? I want to have some Thai women or Filipino women on my show, and it's simply I'm curious now. You guys have made such a big thing about it. I am very, very much so curious as to know what it is that they're doing different. Because the only thing I kept hearing was cook and clean. Ain't nobody really saying shit, in my opinion. Okay, I mean, I cook and clean, so what else is it? Okay, like break down what this traditional idea is, because I feel like it's still very vague to me. Because really, it sounds like I am what y'all want. I know that really pisses you off. That really pisses you off. Oh, child. Okay, I'm done. All right. So this channel will consist of content about travel, about relationships, and lifestyle. Okay. If you really want to see what life is like as a Black woman living in Thailand, again, click like and subscribe. I will have plenty of more content like that for you guys. Okay. Ladies, let's stick together. Period. Um, but hey, thank y'all for tuning in.